All right, now this is the last part of section 4, which will be a discussion on settings. Now, the reason I'm going into settings and I'm skipping some of the others is because there's a lot of things in settings that you kind of need to be aware of that you won't really find anywhere else. So the first thing is your WordPress address URL. You probably won't necessarily need to deal with this because when you install the server on a live site, the plugin that we're going to use to do that is going to automatically fix this for you. But just be aware, if you're having any issues with your website not showing the correct web address, you'll find it in here. You can set the date and time format here, but not really that useful. Now, if we go into writing, this is where you can set up an email. So you can post via email. Not really that useful, but handy feature. Now, this is the one where it's actually very important. So your homepage displays. Now, you'll see here that there's two options. You can either have it display your latest posts or a static page. Now, for our purposes, when you're building what's called an e-brochure website, you're going to have it display a static page. So when you click on that, you have to select what the home page is going to be and what the post page is going to be, right? So just be aware we will go through this later on when we actually set it up, but just be aware that after you create your website, if the home page is not showing the specific page that you want it to, you would go into the reading section of the settings and change it here. Discussion is this is more advanced things, but handy to know. Comment author must fill out name and email. Normally you don't really need to touch this, so you can. There are some important things here. It can email you whenever a comment is held for moderation, but this is more for comments. So if you're not actually going to be using comments, you can basically skip this section. The media section basically has the basic sizes for your thumbnails, medium and large. Now you can edit this, but most of the time you wouldn't be doing it. Permalinks is actually very important, but it's more important for SEO. Just for the sake of simplicity, what you should do is set it to post name. And then what you do is just click save, and that's pretty much this. So this basically is the link structure of how your pages will appear, your posts specifically. Privacy, there's nothing in there that we really need to worry about. It just got used about your privacy policy. And that's pretty much the settings in a nutshell. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually move on to section 5, which is the discussion of sections and widgets, which is actually how you build a page in WordPress with Elementor. All right, moving on to that section now.